Right. So I think we start. Hi everyone. My name is Akshad Singi, and I'm a writer on Medium.com. And today I'm going to be holding a session called Algorithmic Thinking has 10 Gifts of Writing. So yeah, let's begin. So I think we'll just start our discussion with just discussing the two types of gifts of writing. And I think there are basically two types, external and internal. So the external gifts of writing are basically the money, the followers, and the claps and the views and read ratios and all sorts of stuff. And the internal gifts of writing, I think, are better self-awareness, better abilities to think, and better higher cognitive functions. And while the algorithm forces us to chase the external rewards more than the internal ones, I believe that the internal gifts are actually very important and actually much more important than the external ones. And to explain why, I'd like to take the help of a metaphor. So just think about the difference between photography and drawing. So when you try to take a picture, you're just pointing your phone towards the landscape and you just maybe change a few settings, the ISO or the resolution, and you'll take a picture and you'll be along your way. Which is great. Photography is great in and of itself. But contrast that to the process of drawing. So when you draw, you're actually uh, you're trying to recreate the drawing on a piece of paper or your iPad, and that forces you to see and appreciate the landscape in a way that photography just won't. So you might have to see how the color of the sky changes as you move towards the sun, and you might have to see how the clouds and the shadows play along the mountains and peaks. And you might have to focus on the shape of the leaves, and you might have to focus on the pattern of flowers and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, so yeah, that's it. So that writing, so yeah, drawing forces you to examine the landscape in a way that just does not happen with photography. And I think um, writing is very similar. So whenever you have a situation in life and writing, when you write about you'll realize that you end up learning in the process of writing because writing forces you to see the situation in a way that like not writing this phone. And so a recent example from my own life, I recently went on two trips, one to Kashmir and one to Thailand, and both trips were amazing. Extraordinary. In Thailand, I did a scuba course, and in Kashmir, I went on a trek. But I kind of felt great after the scuba course, but not so great after the Kashmir trek. And that actually seemed very surprising to me because both trips were great. But then I decided to write about it. I wrote and I tried to write my way through it. And after writing the article, I actually learned a lot about myself and a lot about my own preferences, and that has made a major impact on my life just because I wrote the article. That article is going to be published on 17th, I think, if I want to read it. But yeah, if I had not written about the event, the emotion of my life, that specific emotion, I would not have realized such important insights about myself. And so yeah, writing and these internal gifts are inherent to the process of writing, and I think they are very important. However, the algorithm forces you to focus on the rewards and the what comes after the writing, and that's okay. Like as writers, we have to consider the algorithm as well. But the problem arises when you over-optimize for the rewards, the external rewards, and not for the and in a way that you under-optimize for the process itself. So an example would be, so let's say someone has a situation in life, a significant situation in life, which has some impact on their life, and they feel an urge to write about it. That said, they don't end up writing about it because they then have this other inner voice that tells them that, oh, this won't cater to the algorithm that well, and it won't genuine money, so why write about it? And then that person won't write about it because he thinks there are no external rewards to it. However, because he did not write about it, because he did not write about it, he also ended up losing on the internal rewards. And I think it's a great loss in a way. Another example would be someone who wants to choose the algorithm and they use AI, they use ChatGPT to write multiple articles in the multiple articles per month, and they don't actually do the writing themselves. They use the AI, and that might help. That might help them back a ton of views, and that might help them gain the algorithm and make money and make views and followers and all sorts of stuff. But but the internal rewards that come out of the process of writing, just because they have delegated the process, they he or she will not gain the internal rewards, and that's just stupid, I think. And so I really like this metaphor as well. That asking ChatGPT to write articles for you is like asking your gym trainer to lift weights for you. Uh, because you're supposed to lift the weights because the weights will stimulate your muscles and you will gain strength. And in a way, and in the same way, writing, you're supposed to do the writing because it's hard, because writing is useful because it's hard. And it forces you to run your cognitive powers, and that is how it stimulates your cognitive cognition as well. That is how you grow as a thinker. So just delegating writing to ChatGPT just to game the algorithm is not a very wise use of ChatGPT, I think. And the reason, so yeah, so like I said, focusing on the algorithm and just optimizing, over optimizing for the external rewards means that you will end up losing out on the internal rewards, and that's not what we want. And the reason this happens is actually very simple if you think about it. It's because we understand numbers very well and emotions and feelings, and inner growth is very vague in a way. So it's very easy to appreciate how many followers you gain over 6 months. So I can say that I have 5,000 followers after 6 months of writing, but I cannot precisely tell myself or even others how much self awareness I've gained as a writer if I do, because you cannot put a number on it. And so in that way, I'll the external growth, the statistical growth is easier to appreciate because you can see the money in your bank account and you can see the followers on your list. And it's also easier to convey. You can tell someone how much you do. You can tell them exactly how much you do, exactly how much money you make. And it's not easy to convey your internal growth in that way. That's why we are, I think, many of us are biased towards external growth because we are social beings and we care about our place in society and we want to convey our growth to others as well. So that's why I think we are biased towards the external rewards, and eventually we are biased towards algorithmic thinking of writing. And so I think in a way, like, catering too much to the algorithm has corrupted the process of writing because we are under optimizing for the process and over optimizing for the rewards. And so I don't want that, and I don't want that for you as well, for any writers as well. And that's why I just want to share my few insights on how anyone can avoid that. So I think step number one would be to learn or relearn how to appreciate these abstract gifts. Like we talked about, these internal rewards are very hard to appreciate, and that's why you need to learn how to appreciate them. And but the thing is, you might have to learn or relearn the process of appreciating these gifts because one scenario is possible that you never learn to appreciate these gifts, and because right from the beginning of your writing journey, you're focused on the algorithm. And another scenario may be that maybe at the beginning you were focused on these internal gifts, but as the algorithm took over your uh, consciousness and conscious awareness, you focus more on the algorithm and you stop appreciating these internal gifts. So I think step one would be, my advice would be to just for at least for a few attempts, just don't focus on the algorithm and write about whatever you want to write about, and write about whatever your inner self tells you to write about without it actually catering to the algorithm. And it might be an event in your life, or it might be a situation or some feelings that you have. And then you make a conscious attempt to compare your before and after. Before writing the article, how did you feel? How self-aware were you? And after writing the article, what do you feel? And I think when you do that consciously, when you do this before after comparison consciously, you'll be able to notice a significant difference. And yeah, and I think that might help to uh, help to teach yourself how to appreciate these internal gifts. And I think when you do this again and again for a few attempts, you might be inclined to optimize for these internal gifts once again, because you then realize how important they are. Step two would be to, I think, just focus on finding a balance. I won't tell you to just give up the algorithm altogether, because that's not practical. And but we can find balance, right? Balance is essential in life in any way. So if, let's say, if you're writing 10 articles, just promise yourself that two of these articles you completely factor out the algorithm. You won't think about the algorithm all. And what that does is, when you just stop factoring in the algorithm, you'll allow the other factors, other urges to present themselves, and you allow yourself to write based on those urges. And I think when you do that, like if you promise yourself that you write two articles without worrying about the algorithm, and eight articles you can focus on the algorithm, I think that's a good start. And it's a good start because it helps you. It does not throw out the algorithm altogether. And you're still, if you're too used to focusing on the algorithm, you can do that. But just focus on the internal gifts as well. For two articles, for 10 articles, that's I think good. And then the third step is, but this is not enough. We have reinstated process of writing, which allows you to focus on the internal gifts itself. But you also want to maintain this. So the third step I believe would be to develop some anchor principles and promises which allow you to just which make sure that you don't lose your way in the ocean, and that the algorithmic waves don't knock you off your place in the ocean. And yeah, so these values can be something like curiosity, that if I'm very curious about something, I will write about it without worrying about how it will affect the algorithm or anything. Or if I'll be authentic and I'll be honest, that I won't lie, or I won't present a facade, a fake facade on the internet just to cater to the algorithm, or and those sorts of promises, those sorts of principles that you focus on, they will help you stay true to the writing game and just not corrupt the process of writing for the algorithm. Another would be like having principles, having some promises to yourself that if you have a major event in your life, you will write about it. You don't have to explore the details or anything, but you will write about it without thinking about the algorithm. You have to promise that to yourself, because you have, and then you can, because that will allow you to use writing as a tool for self awareness as well, and not just as a tool to make money or gather views and stuff. So I think when you have these principal anchors and promises, those will allow you to retain your place in the ocean, and in the ocean, and the algorithm will not knock you off your place, and I think that's a pretty good place to be. So yeah, that's it. The purpose of this session was just one thing, that I want to teach. I want more people to focus on the internal gifts of writing. These days, on the internet, I see lots of people talking about how much money they've made as a writer, how much followers they've gained as a writer. Once in a while, I would also like them to talk about how much self awareness, or how much better mental health they've gained as a writer. So that would be something. Yeah. So that would be the end of our session, and we have some time for a Q&A. If you guys have any questions, you can. There's on the right side of your screen. I think there'll be a blue box which says ask a question, and you can send a question if you want to, and then discuss the question. If you guys don't have any question, you can stay or you can. That's up to you. Right. So I think that's it. We conclude the session. Thank you everyone for attending. It was great. I think I hope you liked it. And that's it. Bye.